stuff. So it's not anything we're gonna be going after. But yeah, just no talking. You guys are just gonna.
This is just gonna be this entire stream. All of these streams with this game is literally just gonna be us doing that the whole time.
When you pick it up.
It's Bionicle Heroes, the best game of all.
We're gonna do one each
It's
stream.
Bionicle Heroes, and I play it during the fall.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
We are back.
Yeah, it's gotten a little crazy in chat here because there's 5 of us now.
Last time we finished Radak. Finished Avak. The last 2 left are
Hakann
Hakann
and Zaktan.
and Mr. Bees.
Mr. Bees.
himself.
He doesn't turn into bees in this game, though.
Yeah, it's sad. He does in the DS
You'd
one.
be asking too much.
Let's save the
Save
bees
bees.
for last.
Yeah,
I
save the
say.
bees.
So Hakan's
Save the bees.
Volcano.
I've never seen that before.
Oh, what? A comedic cutscene where they construct the rock
I've seen
sheet?
that before.
How original!
It was
that
like,
statue has the wrong feet for Hakann.
well,
Hakann has the claw ones.
Ah,
all of them have the wrong feet in this game, though. All of them have the. No, I mean the Paraka all have the weird webbed feet instead of any of the clawed ones.
Oh, really?
We saw it last time with Redact too. The Redact statues.
I was not paying attention.
Marco's playing the game. He doesn't have to pay attention.
I don't have to pay
Okay.
attention to the game. I just
That's,
play the
that's
game.
the rule here at Team Kanohi. If you're playing the game, you don't have to pay attention.
Here we go.
Back to hero mode. Some biofan says,
whoa.
"What'd you guys think of LegoCon? I thought it was very boring.
Was that today?
I did not hear about that. Well, I heard about that a little while ago, immediately forgot, and then only remembered it existed today. So I have no idea what happened.
I never
I
heard
had no
about it.
idea that was a thing.
I've heard about it. I wanted to watch it, but apparently just forgot. If it was today, I'm assuming it was.
Yeah. And then HNL says, what is weird is that I think the intro cutscene has them with the correct feet. I think he's talking about Hakann. That's if so,
With
Yeah.
the
that's
Paraka,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
That I remember that not being the case, but I could be wrong.
Our island has been invaded by the 6 Piraka.
Buckster says LegoCon was a complete waste. Nothing happened at all. Yeah.
Ah,
You just fell down there. I didn't
I
even
just
know you
fell
could do
down.
that.
Why are there like 3 Jollar masks here?
Because you need Jollar for this area.
Just in case he dies.
Yeah, it's not like the mask respawns when you pick it up.
Gotta do one each stream. Why can only Jollar walk over that lava if you're currently invincible?
That is a great question.
Design.
Yeah,
In the sign, yeah.
because they're not fire.
You know what I don't understand is the construction stuff that you need Kuki for, even though it's Nubaru is the one that builds stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
That's the
it's
one I don't
because does
I don't
Suki
know
have
why
the
you-
mask of telekinesis? No, he doesn't, right?
No, he has a mask of like accuracy.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes no sense. I don't know why they picked him.
Like,
but,
why
uh,
Kuki of Volcano though? Because he's like one of the worst ones in the game.
Some biofan says Team Kanohi sings Bionicle music when.
now? We've been
We
doing
just
it for the
did.
last couple of streams. Like every single Bionicle Hero stream needs us
Whenever
to
hero mode comes
sing
on.
that hero mode song. Yeah, every time it comes on.
I'm just gonna say right now.
That is not
I mean,
how Rocky
it-
sound.
there used to be.
Well, that's how that actually sounds.
Caveman Rakshi. Thank you, Kumo. That is what it sounds like.
Build. What is this thing even that I just built?
Money.
What's that supposed to be?
Flower.
It's a money bomb.
If you had to pick one Toa to play as challenge mode in this game, which would you pick?
Well, what is challenge most? My first.
Like, effectively, what would make this the most challenging? Because it really isn't.
Pookie. You had to play Suki.
Probably Hookie. Just because he's so slow. And
He's
his weapon
really
does a lot
slow,
of damage, but it
and
takes
his weapon
so long.
does a lot of damage, but it's also like even slow in the projectile speed.
I think for me, I would pick Matoro because the sniper is kind of weird.
Matoro's worse than Hookie.
Well, Matoro is. Why did that hurt the Roxy?
Who knows?
Matoro is meant to be like the long range guy, but there's never any time where you need to do long range.
Yeah, and they always like auto lock on
Yeah.
to whatever enemy, so the range and accuracy doesn't even matter.
Maybe
There are a few certain situations where you have like the Baki and they're shooting discs from like afar, but those are few and far between.
I was gonna say maybe the Rakshi felt emotional distress from you approaching him so close. that's how he got hurt.
Yeah, we're not hurting him with bullets. We're hurting him emotionally.
Wait, which Rashi is the one of fear?
This guy?
This one, it is. Okay, so
He's scared.
I'm not afraid of you.
Either that or you entering the shield.
Casually approach
Guard
the
wanted
Roxy.
that.
You know, I'm taking damage. Probably should run away.
Yeah.
Another thing about this game, which I know I've mentioned before, but the environments are really cool, but you know, you never get time to execution. You never get time to actually enjoy them or look at them because, you know,
You're constantly being.
camera. Yeah, and the camera.
Hey, we just took that head. How is it still there?
I don't know.
I wonder if that wrong fit thing has something to do with using any prototype sets as the.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. I would like to ask, how did that backfire because that was on the barrel? What?
Yeah, the Crota should have just been blown off.
Yeah, the product should have just been vaporized.
Yeah, probably.
I think it probably just did come down to using the prototype sets because, like, you know, a color swap is pretty easy, but that that compared to switching out an entire piece of a model that's already rigged.
Hey, look, now he can get the correct foot.
Yeah. Go order one on
Yeah, get a new one.
Bricklink.
The ball joint can rotate completely around. The foot's not on backwards. Just turn the foot around.
Yeah. And why did he yell at us?
Hey, it's TT joke logic.
Yeah, but like I've been saying, like, how do you script something like that? What's the storyboard for that? It's like
Somebody drew it on a napkin and then they just said, yeah, sure, let's do that.
yeah.
And gets angry and yells at camera. Antics ensue.
Leg falls off, puts leg back on backwards, yells at camera, walks away.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Gosh, you are so sick.
Bionicle heroes let you commit animal cruelty in the local wildlife.
One thing I did want to mention is that, as good as it is, I love how overdramatic the music is for this area.
Well, I think some of the music loops in this game just are only like a minute and a half long, so it repeats really often.
The music's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that it's bad or anything. It's just that I love how completely, like, it's really funny to me because of like what's going on the screen versus the music.
Music
'Cause,
intensity, yeah.
You know, you're just chilling, walking through this area, shooting some bad guys, and then it's like, turn, like hardcore guitar mode.
Like,
And then hero mode comes on, and it just
And then hero mode
the
comes on,
music-
and it's like, you know, perfect.
I think, you know how some levels have the high and low variations and stuff like that? I'm not sure that Hakann Spit actually has one that's different.
Oh, it
like,
does.
I don't think he
Just
has the low version.
Just the low
you got a
version.
normal theme and a combat theme.
Okay, yeah, he does. I just heard it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that the
I hate
combat
how-
theme is like most of the music because you're mostly in combat the entire game.
The one thing Bionicle games and Sony games have in common is that the music is good. The gameplay varies.
Yeah.
You know what? This is a situation where I would like to use Matoro, but I don't have Matoro, so I can't.
One time when Matoro would be useful. Well, his mask is... Oh, it's on the other side.
Yeah,
Why would they give you Matoro after you get over to the part where you need Matoro for?
that's a great question.
I don't know. Up
Hold
there,
on.
that's Brutaka. It's mask. Right
Oh.
there.
Yeah.
Huh.
And there's
Is it? Oh, it's meant to be
Ash.
the level where Brutaka is the mini boss, like next
Yeah.
level. He's
That's
hungry.
I think so.
He's hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, it works.
Yes. There
Got
was
me a
some...
bunch of stuff behind it.
How do you get in there?
Oh, look, there's a thing to build.
Yeah, try Yaller.
What am I supposed to do?
Maybe you're supposed to use Hakann later.
Oh, up there.
Oh, maybe. Oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah, if it was Hakann, you would have gotten a Hakann icon. That is the weirdest sentence I ever said.
Yeah.
If it was a Hakann thing, you would have gotten a Hakann icon.
Yeah.
And come on, use Nuparo.
That's probably a good idea.
Be efficient.
Nuparo is the best one. We can all agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta get to the right point to jump.
Yeah.
There's a thing right there. I can see.
Yeah, but you gotta go over to a different ledge and then.
I just realized that
Mongo's the only one that can jump.
Yeah, and it's only to certain spots.
Okay.
It's just like the mirror, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I mean, I gotta be blunt. If you're looking for canonicity in this game, you're
Yeah.
looking at the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking for canonicity in all the wrong places.
Actually, if you're looking at canonicity and anything besides like MNOG or the first GBA game, you're out of luck in Bionicle.
I mean, some of the
Yeah.
like DS heroes had some canon elements, like Zaktan actually being
Zaktan
bees.
being bees. That was just like a nice sort of feature that they actually added. The one version of this game that actually did that. So we have Levac.
Ah,
That's a
Well,
That's
what
a-
exactly
well, I win.
happened?
That's the end.
You were talking about the Maori controversy.
yeah, they go into that in the podcast and talk about it a bit more, which is really neat.
yeah.
I mean, I was kind of amazed they even were willing.
The script for that scene. Hakann points the gun at the screen and presses the trigger. It doesn't
Nothing
work.
happened.
He runs away.
He points and laughs and proceeds to run away. That was funny.
Great. That's good stuff.
Funny in quotation marks.
Lego had a choice to decide who would tackle the edgy era of Bionicle,
Money.
And they chose poorly.
and it shows the people who did Lego Indiana Jones.
It was the most canon boss.
Why is he like hunching over and his arms are dangling?
He's like so much shorter too.
What was he
Like
called?
he's smaller than he should be. I just said they could make this one scene where Hakann puts his shoulder or his hand on his shoulder. I love how they also gave him the extra arms, even though those are just supposed to be like his scapula.
That is actually very TT Games thing that I enjoy that obviously they don't do nowadays because, you know, nobody likes good humor. Hakann attempting to explain to Brutaka what he wants him to do. So he's like, this guy, he's coming, and he points over his shoulder, and then he like does the fist thing, and he's like, I want you to beat him up. And then Brutaka's like, what? So yeah, that stuff it has really been lost in TT Games. It's just sad.
Oh,
but-
what?
I mean, I would say that TT Games has gotten more refined and better with their games. But
Well, yeah, with their games, but like the humor has been they have the
they
speech
introduced
stuff
voice
now.
acting.
Yeah,
Voice
that's because
acting.
of the voice acting mainly.
I have to wonder what the decision-making process was. Is like, yes, for the Ivaki, we want them to play dead. That's a feature for them.
I have to agree with what Joko and also Boxster is when the Lego games got voice acting, it lost something. Specifically these Lego games, the Traveler's Tales ones.
Yeah.
Because it was like the visual humor was more funnier than the talkative humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And,
arguably for this era of Bionicle, they needed the talking, and then they didn't have it. So
They shouldn't have done it for this game. I'll agree on that. But like
Game had a
for
voice
the
acting.
other Lego games,
Yeah, but also like with the talking and stuff, most of the time nowadays when they do like licensed games,
Yeah.
not only do they fully recreate the scenes, which like they usually would do in the games that didn't have voice acting, but they would have to get creative and attempt to like tell the story without the voice acting in the previous games. But now they literally just rip the dialogue and like audio from the scene and just play it over top. So it's like they're literally recreating the exact same thing. And I'm not here to play this Lego game to see the movie again, but then play some sections in between. I'm here to like, what's he doing?
I think it's only bad in specific games. Like
I hope that the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, is better
But you have games like the Lego City game, and that one had like its own unique dialogue, and that was actually worked because it was
cool because it was like a specific IP.
Also, like I feel like you're talking about the Lego City game had voice acting. I think that might have been better because it wasn't a movie.
Yeah,
it was an IP like the way Bionicle is. So I'm just saying that it can work when it's their own independent IP.
Yeah.
They just needed to add the actual story and a reason for dialogue in Bionicle Heroes.
Do you think that this game could be classified as a looter shooter? Because you loot a ton of stuff.
Some biofan says Lego City Undercover was one of the best Lego games ever. And I'm like, it's basically kids GTA, so I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah, definitely the right approach with like that type of style that they started doing with Lego games was to make that game.
I think the robbers are still around, so be quiet!
Yeah.
Why did I need a
Why you have to?
beta?
Okay. No, not complaining about it.
Not gonna question it. Don't ask. Some biofan says,
weird.
I kind of hope they do a sequel to it. Yes, I do think a sequel to Undercover would be really nice. It's been a while.
If they'd done a sequel, they should have done it a while ago, and so you could like.
That was
like
on the
2013,
Wii U, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Wii
but
U.
they've been stuck working on the Rise of, or no, not Rise of Skywalker.
Skywalker Saga.
The new Lego,
Yeah.
the new Star Wars game that they've been working on for forever, and I think that's been taking up all their time.
Some biofan says,
Yeah,
I want to
but
see more Chase McCain. Yeah, me too. Lego got crazy making a ton of games for properties they only made like 3 sets for. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell how it kind of went off the rails a little bit more recently with TT games, because like they made a Force Awakens game, and then they made like a Hobbit game before the last movie was out, and then I don't think they ever finished it, so they never made like the last movie.
You know, I found out recently that apparently the Lego Star Wars, they made their own like spin-off show that was just for like Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it was like semi-canon, and I'm not sure how canon it was. Lego Freemaker is what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've done a lot of like Star Wars stuff on their own with like Lego.
that's kind of strange.
Yeah, it's considered. Yeah, Roger is considered non-canon, but I like the idea of having a battle droid main character. It's cute.
I like the idea of the Kyber Saber. I didn't know that was a thing in it.
Wait, Kyber Sabers are canon though, aren't they?
Are they? I don't know.
Yeah. Isn't that like
Kyber
what
what,
you
sorry?
use? Isn't that what you use like as the crystal for your lightsaber?
Instead of talking about Bionicle lore, we're talking about Lego Star Wars lore now.
Now we're
You're
literally just
Lego
talking about Star Wars.
and that also makes me confused.
Yeah.
I love how they don't even show the animation of the creature attacking him either. He just is injured.
Yeah. Is that on the set? Like his teeth?
Yes,
Oh,
actually.
It is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Execution.
All the way over here. Someone built that. Someone built that out of Brutaka.
Oh, that
Build
that.
the upside down Brutaka.
Yeah.
No, okay, there isn't teeth on the release mask. I think that might be a prototype thing.
Maybe.
I feel like
or
it's just a funny, haha, he has teeth thing. See? Yeah. Jolly thought it was funny.
No ending cutscene. Interesting.
Well,
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. I don't want to look at those.
Why
At least we
did
didn't get to see the Matata. The Hiki.
Look at how the eye on the Matatu is so high up.
H. Analysis says that yes, I own Brutaka. He didn't have the middle tooth. He only has 2, apparently.
Yeah, like 2 little bottom teeth.
Alright. Bubby, where are you? I'm going to
I do love his
kill you.
arena. Hakann's fight is a good one.
I'm gonna turn off.
What's that? Oh, that's like in the commercial.
I like this boss theme.
Yeah. me
I'm saying
too.
it. I'm just gonna say it right now.
This boss fight is actually
I'm listening to it right now.
this boss fight's actually a pretty good one. I mean, aside from the actual gameplay. Never mind.
Aw, I was listening to that.
Yeah. We're just about to get to the good bit of the theme.
The moment the beat drops and it just goes do 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 do.
Yeah. I like how 90% of these boss fights are just build bird.
I like how you can tell it's a different animator every time, like, the speed of the motion changes.
Yeah.
The speed of the slapstick.
H. just wrote, hey, this is a good song. Oh, come on.
Yep.
There we go.
Perfectly timed. Buckster
If only
says,
this
time to
game,
collect another Paraka head.
That's a cool fire blaster shooting. It'd be a shame if someone I can't
To build
can't do
that? He's not in
Oh,
his
jump
spot.
on
Yeah.
your statue mouth first.
There you go.
We can have a funny
nice.
aha moment when the statue bites you.
H&L
Oh.
says, which Paraka boss is worst? Thok, Vezok is basically the same fight.
I didn't see all the fights, but I remember the one. Was it the ice dude? Like, I don't know their names. The ice dude who kept like getting the same rock over his head.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the first one. Like one of them just kept getting hit by the same rocks. Like, yeah, you fell for this like 4 times.
He keeps
Yeah,
going
I'm
into
so
the
all
tiny
over it.
little alcoves, and it's like, how could this happen? I can't
Yeah.
believe that this would cave in on me. It was Thok, yeah.
I mean, that's at least in character.
That's the thing
Speaking
about
of
this
hero-
game. The music's good, and then you have to listen to hero mode.
Yeah.
Hero Mode is a good song as well. You just hear it too often.
Yeah,
Oh
it's,
no, the buck tooth.
it gets annoying.
There's another problem with Sonic games. If you play Sonic.
That smile. Okay, that's a thumbnail.
Wait, did they actually die?
No, I still need to fight him.
Well, remember, Hakann can swim in lava, as in accordance to the rock animation.
So okay, we still need to fight him. So what have we been doing up to this point?
Fighting him. Oh,
So now we're fighting him, but harder.
He blends into the lava behind him.
Careful, don't get enslaved.
Buckster says, I love how Noparo's special unlockable ability is to jiggle something stuck in the ground for money.
Yep.
yeah. Nuparos is the worst.
And it's like Kuki couldn't do that because, like, oh no, this is a black piece. This is Nuparo's.
Oh, his gun.
He dropped his guns. Oh, I like this one, actually.
Oh.
This is, like, actually sort of scripted, which is great.
Why is he doing the Buzz Lightyear thing?
He's a
Dramatic.
toy.
Oh no.
If you were on the edge of dying or being executed, would you, like, pretend to be in
dramatic.
theater and, like, oh, whoa, my...
Woe is me.
I mean, if it
what
was
is
funny,
this?
I would.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd have the energy. I think I'd be close to dying. Yeah.
See, that's a pretty good death.
Oh right. Yeah, we gotta fight.
And then we get to the grimdark bit where you pick up this head.
Oh, actually, we talked about worst boss fights. This guy, I don't.
This guy,
like
every time.
fighting him over and over again is so annoying. I hate him.
He's good.
Man, I wish-
His final boss fight is really good, but doing this at the end of every rock fight is annoying.
I don't remember the final
You know
boss.
what I will say though? I wish that Fenrak was this big in real life, or like compared to Vezon, like
Yeah.
the size of the Scorpio thing. That would be so much cooler.
Because, like, in real life, the Vezon
Yeah.
is, like, almost bigger than Fenrir. Because he
is.
Yeah, he stands on top of him, and it's, like, really hard to get him balanced because he's, like, constantly falling off because Fenrir's too small. Okay, mask time.
Oh, that's ugly.
That's Tuna.
Oh, that's just scary.
No, this look as bad as the other ones.
Oh,
That one's really bad.
And
Somehow
squished.
he's so ugly in this game.
What is even going on with that
okay,
one?
that Komau looks actually.
The Chrona's fine.
Chrono looks
I mean-
weird, but it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's a silver Chrona.
The Great Kamau is ugly in set
I mean,
wise
yes,
too,
it is, but I don't think it's quite that squished, and I don't think the vents on the side are that thin.
Yeah.
that's even worse than the set one.
Don't forget to visit Balta and the Tour
Bit rate.
Enclave shop to upgrade and unlock items in the Bionicle world.
Yeah.
That happens with
The
bit
last
rate.
Good.
Wow.
The
what-
bit rate. I can actually count like the number of packages that the internet is sending.
Is it better now?
It
It's
better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks better now.
Sorry about that,
Looks good.
everyone.
Looks good.
No worries.
This is
we-
why I don't
we're
play
looking
all
out for
that
you.
big games on streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking out for you.
Bee
Bees
jungle.
time.
We play the bees, who is also a snake, but also a bull.
Yeah. And he's
Most bees.
he's bees in his bees are snakes. Forgot about that.
I am choosing not to question the lore.
Well,
Alright.
this is Team Konoe lore that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
some
I mean,
biofan says, become the Toa of bees. So a few things. A few things. First of all, the sample of like the singing, the jungle singing, it is a sample from like a pack, and I know this because I've heard the exact same sample used in one of the Overwatch maps. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember I was loading. Yeah, that was the one. I was loading into a map, and I was like, "Wait a minute, is that Bionicle Heroes?"
So they stole it from Bionicle Heroes.
It's just African
No,
saying.
it's just it's a.
But it's funnier to say it was stolen from Bionicle Heroes.
Yeah.
You know you have to put up comparison in the highlight now. Logan Carrier says, with how Greg has stated that all Vortex look the same, the green one being artistic license in a comic, could it just be an impossible pretend to be Rudala?
Rudala or Rudaka?
Well, it says Rudala. I guess it's supposed to be Rudaka because the L is right next to the K on the keyboard.
What about Rudala is the name of the imposter?
I don't know. I don't know lore that deep to actually know for sure.
You probably mean Rudaka. That's more for you guys. I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm not that in depth with the lore.
I think that's because the voice of Rudaka in this game sounds male.
Oh yeah, because they hired one voice actor to do every voice.
Yeah.
The janitor.
The janitor at TT Games.
Hey Steve, do you want to make do the voice of Bionicle? Which one? Yes.
Can you just go into the voice booth and make some like laughing noises and generic grunt sounds?
Steve, just make a deep voice and like pretend to like have a gruff voice and just go.
Pretend you're murdering people.
Yeah, come on, we're gonna release this game tomorrow. Hurry up.
At least it's not as confusing as just hiring one voice actor for all the G2 shorts.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I hated that.
Mainly because that guy was not a great voice actor. I think like the voice actor from the Mari commercials was much better because he actually kind of put on a voice for each character and it sounded like different characters.
Yeah.
Plus it was through the Mari like radio thing.
Yeah.
So it was less noticeable than
cool.
I know you're talking about the English Mari commercial, Yoko, but I've only seen the Swedish one, and they did not try a different voice for any of the characters.
Yeah.
It was so weird because at one point they just scream out Matoro, and then just Matoro speaks like, wait, is Matoro a good guy or a bad guy? Who was that? Because I couldn't tell who it was.
Matoro! Jag tar hand om den där.
Yeah, but like that is such a classic commercial. At least the English version.
Holy good, don't
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd like it. I mean, it looks really good. I'm sure I'd like it more if I had watched the English version.
I'll take it from here.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to, because what he is essentially saying, directly translated from Swedish here. He's saying, "I'm taking that," and that's why I was like, "Wait, are you a bad guy?"
No, he's a good
the
guy.
bad translation.
Right,
Yeah, it was a while when I was, oh wait, that's Matoro. Of course, he's a good guy.
All right.
Why does Hook need to drive the thing?
He doesn't. He
Because
just
he's
needs to.
the only character with an interact button.
Hookie's the only one that can pull the lever.
He's the only one with a license.
Yeah.
With voting license.
Logan Carrier says B with like parentheses with another E, so as in bees. Be prepared to get the end only for the spawns to bug out and progression to stop. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
By the way, on the final hit, when we get to the Zaktan boss fight and we get to that final hit, there is a certain reference we should make, but I don't know if anybody else will want to.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just have to say, stop it, I'm bees.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, because he's bees.
He is bees.
He is bees.
Oh, hey, by the way, this looks like a Bionicle game when you fight the Roxy.
Oh yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
The logs.
Except this actually looks better.
Yeah, these logs.
It looks way much better than the fire area we were in, which looks exactly the same.
Maybe that's something we should include in Liwahi, is like an area where there's just a bunch of logs in the water.
That's great. So
That noise is extremely annoying.
That noise is very annoying on, like, I think all the...
At least it was lining up with the music for a bit there.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Monkey.
Wow, he's got some long limbs.
What did you do? What did you do? You just jumped into
walked
nothing.
past him. He walked past him.
He stepped on him, and that was enough
He's
to do
over there.
damage.
Did you not see him?
Agent Alice says Zaktan's weapon is homing knives, if I remember right. Homing knives. So I guess that's accurate. to his
Really? Like in the
character?
game?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
His thing was like you got the 3 knives and it's gun.
Gun, knives, 3 knives, gun. Yes, I see.
Yep.
HL says it like it's literally a machine gun that shoots knives. Okay.
You know, I've been trying to figure out what that sound reminds me of. And I don't know if any of you ever like watched the Vine Sauce stream where he played Crypt Worlds before, but it sounds like one of the sound effects in that. There's a mini game in it where you have to, you have to use toilets, and that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Huh. I don't know if that's intentional. It's supposed to
It might
sound
be.
like that.
I think it might be actually. I just think
If it is, that's
I just think they were
bad.
like they're trying to figure out a sound for it, and then the overlapping sound happened, and then they were like,
that's fine.
that sounds okay. Oh,
Yeah, you want us to
Lucas
touch
Robin in the chat. I recognize that name. Who's that? Has he been on this? Has he been in
probably
the chat before?
I
think he has been
Lucas
before.
has been here before.
Is he
He just
chopping him up?
murder?
Oh, I thought it
Oh,
froze.
he's fine. Is it froze?
He's sad that it didn't work. He was trying to chop him up, but he chopped his
Oh,
own.
he shot
hand.
through his own legs. Don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yeah. I hate it when I accidentally chop my own legs off when I'm trying to attack something in front of me. Happens all the time, man.
Lucas Robin says, I was one that ruined your Manal game before by telling you to click the button to crash the game.
Oh yeah,
Ah, yeah.
That's who it was. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Legacy's ending again. So, Julia D asks, question 1, could all previous Legacy versions be all previous times the Toa fought Terry before 1.5? Yes, that is kind of the intention. That is like the low-key sort of meta reference that is made to that. And then 2, how Terry got the Vahi. I'm not saying he took it. He took it from Vakama using stealth and secrecy and maybe Rahi.
Vakama was taking a nap one day.
Yeah.
And just
then
kind of snuck into
Abraka,
his room.
one of the monkey ones, jumped in.
I mean, he's got the mask of stealth, mask of shadow. It's like it kind of lends itself to. There is also something to be said for just leaving things ambiguous, and it's more interesting that way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
right.
the intention, that it's
Spoilers over.
spoilers over. So
spoilers.
more Legacy spoilers just for a second.
All right.
Some biofan says, so how Terry got the Vahi will be explored in 2.0? No, because 2.0 is separate from Legacy. There is sort of the illusion like that leads into 2.0, because 2.0 is a full reset. It's basically the entire Bionicle story as intended, not the weird Legacy story. And basically the Legacy story is sort of at the end, Tahu fully resets everything, and so it's back to the normal Bionicle story.
Yes.
And so that's sort of
before Makura got the
yeah.
Imagine if dragonflies in real life. Imagine if dragonflies in real life were literally just a pelvis, part of a spine, and 2 femurs.
Oh, that would be horrifying.
He
He doesn't want to eat it. He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it, but then he felt bad.
Do we have that Rahi in Beam Up?
No, we have our own dragonfly idea that is much better.
Yeah.
Whoa! Man, I love shooting things. And I love not talking about Legacy spoilers.
I will say something not spoiler about Legacy is that I did enjoy having another adventure game to play. That I haven't had a nice one of those in a while. Open world adventure game.
You're welcome.
It was fun playing the game on my own stream, and having both Marco and then Yoko join me in that one time.
Yeah. And I know we want to play Legacy ourselves, which we might be doing soon after we finish up Heroes.
We might be doing it next week. Hopefully we can finish this.
We'll finish this today.
Even if we have to go like an hour over, I'm willing to do it just so we can finish this game.
But
this game wasn't even supposed to happen. This was like last minute. Some Biofan says, will 2.0 have changes to story like Legacy, or is it strictly just the one story but as a game? It will have additions, but it will be much closer to the canon story.
Yes. Legacy had a lot of lot more liberties, which 2.0 will not be taking.
Are we just gonna have one person play, or how are we gonna do it?
So
it might be
can do
me
it
considering I have the best computer.
Yeah, and you don't want to deal with streaming through Discord, which, as you see from me,
as you can see,
has a lot of problems.
the packets.
I've already played the game on stream myself anyway, so I'm good.
True.
I'm the only one that hasn't
can-
actually played it like properly, because I played it like 24/7. So I guess it's
Marshall having more packets, more visible packets than a. No, wow, okay, that's a way to mess up a joke, is just to forget the name of somebody. Never mind, forget that. Keep going.
Then advanced Lego set. Does that work? Markle having more
That's
packets
not
than an
at all
advanced
what I
Lego
was
set.
going for.
Yeah, that works though, I guess.
There's been a lot of
Boxstar says, maybe after a few months, I might be ready to play Legacy properly once. I think I put over 50 hours into playtesting it before release. Yes, and thank you very much, Boxstar, for that, because that helped a lot. And that helped the first release be, like, actually decently ready. That was something.
What was it? What? Okay. Don't think about it. Don't ask questions.
Don't think about it.
Lurking Carrier said, please say we'll have at least additional world building like Wagner. I believe we are, because that was one of the things that we mentioned was just we're gonna add what's canon, but we're gonna like expand on stuff and make stuff bigger and better.
Yeah.
Maybe we should actually add like Wagner to 2.0, or at least reference.
That could be neat.
I mean, we could. There's nothing stopping us.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Remake
Nice
Wagner
place to call that.
in fancy graphics time.
RTX.
Nobody knows about that yet.
Shh, nobody knows about good graphics.
Nobody knows about how we actually have
our
great
game has
graphics.
graphics in it.
But it's not a spoiler to say, hey guys, we got some good graphics.
We're gonna be better graphics in the future.
Spoiler alert: the game will have at least 2 graphics. That's right. You heard it here first.
At
Not
least
just
2,000.
This is the future. In the future, there will be 3 dimensions.
Spoiler alert! It's a video game.
No, we weren't supposed to say that.
Dang it, Tony. We have to cut that out of the highlight.
Oh no! I have been fired.
Lux Robin says, also the sound design for this game. Ever notice that the title's theme for this game has the same melody as Likan's Sacrifice from the second movie?
What?
Yeah,
I'll have to compare that in the highlights. Maybe it's just like one of those orchestral things, because I know a lot of orchestral pieces are reused in a lot of media, so it could just be a complete coincidence.
I think it's more likely a coincidence because I can't think of them sounding the same.
And I doubt that TT Games went back and watched the Bionicle movies and said, oh, look, this is a pretty good melody, we should reference this.
Yeah. I doubt that TT Games watched, watched, or looked at anything regarding Bionicle stuff.
Yeah.
Other than the sets.
Other than the sets and the documentation that LEGO gave them.
By the way, some Biofan said, if you do games on future Bronc ears, are you considering 2 versions of the game? Like, one has changes the story like Legacy, one more accurate to story. Here's the thing, I'm just gonna be really blunt about this. It's gonna be a while to make 2.0, and the scope is like the scope of 2.0. If you think that Legacy was huge, 2.0 is immense, is like galactic in scale compared to Legacy. It's kind of like, I don't think we're ever going to be able to get to the other, or like by the time we're doing that, we're going to be on professional careers at that point.
I don't think that it would be the best idea to make 2 versions of a game where they both have 2 separate stories, one with changes, which would require a lot of work to do those changes, and then one without and being more lore accurate. I think it would just be best to stick with one or the other.
The only reason that happened with Legacy is just because it was it's the old version of the game, and like Joe wanted to complete his baby and have something for the fans.
It just happened.
Legacy was a unique case.
Yeah, it just happened because I realized that I had a bunch of creative freedom, and that I would have less going into 2.0, and I sort of went a little crazy with it. So then I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we added this, like, trading? And also my brother likes to feature creep a lot, so he helped them. He helped them
I kind of noticed that.
Yeah, Boxer says, do not mention the graphics.
In the Torn Enclave shop to upgrade, unlock items in the Bionicle world.
Do you have anything to unlock in the Bionicle world right now?
I only have the canister locator, but that's like a million.
We don't really need it.
So like I was giving him a pep talk.
Yeah.
I really wanted to make more, but the original plan of the FPS shooter was told a no, so they had to change the whole game.
Because they were gonna have it first person, but it was M.
Just because of the graphics, it became a little bit more realistic.
So, like, the ESRB was like, oh no, realistic torture of a Fiku? We can't have that. Especially if it's in first person. Kids don't want to torture little spiders.
Whatever the rating was, it was too much for Lego, and Lego was like, no, we can't be, like, too edgy, and it was like, yeah.
We can't be too edgy, no!
It would have been neat to see an actual, like, M-rated Bionicle game.
Yeah, because, like,
definitely... Nintendo... No, not Nintendo.
We've talked about this before, but like if it had gotten an M rating or even a T rating, then that is the edgy Bionicle game. You're like, oh man, I want to get this because it's rated M. That's how all the kids are being like, they're like, oh. Yeah,
and also back then there was no control to see what at least not here in Sweden. There were no controls to see what the kids were buying in the store. Like that rating didn't mean anything.
Yeah, it was mainly for parents, so like they could say, "Oh no, my kid can't have this."
Yeah,
like Lego's image in general.
Yeah, it was their image.
Mostly. Like an M-rated Lego game. I don't think that would go over all too well.
Boxster says hyper-realistic blood and swearing confirmed for 2.0.
Yeah. Is that a smiley face? Hold on, I'm gonna back up a little bit. At the top there.
It is a smiley face.
It looks like it. I think it could be a coincidence.
Right, this is an edgy game. You can't smile.
It's a smiley. It's not a T-rated game. There's a happy face here.
And Histovan says, to be fair, a lot of M-rated stuff happens in Bionicle, especially in 06, with the slavery and the torture and the
you mean
mind
all the
control.
Stuff that doesn't appear in this game?
Yeah, all the stuff that doesn't appear in this game.
The only cutscene in this game that's kind of edgy is the intro cutscene, where it's the only cutscene where someone actually speaks.
We were talking earlier about what if it had voice acting. Yeah, it would be like the opening cutscene. So I'm very glad this does not have voice act.
Do you think the one voice actor who voiced Balta is actually voicing everything else?
That wouldn't surprise me.
I mean,
it would be hard.
Yeah, the voices are quite different.
Balta is very high pitched.
What we can confirm though is that there are no female voice actors in this game.
Yep.
Boxturd, to add to what we talked about with the intro cutscene, Boxturd mentioned that the intro cutscene has the correct feed for Paraka, so it might have been made by a separate company.
That's a good point. So
that's a very good point.
They may have instead of sending it to TT, they may have sent it directly to Lego, and Lego said, "Oh, that's the wrong feed," and then they switched it, and they didn't actually mention it to TT.
Hey Oni, what do you think of this room?
Just make clear, I'm not scared of spider webs. I'm scared of spiders. Like the Viscerax don't like Viscerax Ficus don't scare me. It's
I'm curious what in that kind of scale, where does like the spiders from Skyrim fall?
Hold on, let me look them up real quick.
I think like roughly at the same amount of like spookiness as our Nui.
Here's the thing with like.
Wait, well, hold on. Wait, look at this thing.
What's that?
Wait, those two fish are mating.
Torture it.
Can I torture him?
Yusuke.
Yeah, it's glowing. She should be able to.
Oh!
Ripped its arms off, put it on top of him, and squished it.
Family friendly.
Family friendly.
Rated E for everyone.
Okay, all right. So the thing with spiders in video games, like sometimes they are very much like frightening, like the Nui or the spiders in Rayman 2 actually, because of how they're animated. But if the spider is not animated the way a spider moves, the phobia doesn't kick in. But I can look at a spider. The moment it starts moving is when I freak out. So I mean, just to clarify how my phobia works.
And so Julia D says, I've been rewatching the Paraka animation stream VOD, can you explain Team Hero, cores of power, and the deal with Coily Champions?
Oh.
So all of that was an April Fool's joke,
April
as
Fool's.
people said in the chat.
No. It was 100% real. It's going to happen. Trust me. We all love Hero Factory. We're all completely tired of the old dusty Bionicles.
So when is Cores of Power coming out? It's not. It was a joke.
It's not.
Holiday 2022
That's our deadline.
to make the whole game because we have nothing for it.
I have no assets, nothing.
The only thing we have is the logo, which I made in Studio.
I like how Sidorak is the only character that actually reacts to you getting hero mode, and he like runs away and he's like, no,
Yeah.
please.
He like they definitely got his character right if we're gonna compare it to the movie, because he's a complete coward.
Yeah, and even his like the voice they do is actually pretty accurate, like to the movie and stuff.
At some point, I assume we're also gonna be doing the third movie,
Yeah, at some point.
What?
because I've been very excited to.
I think we might need to wait a little bit because I haven't mentioned yet, but for me right now it is like 105 degrees outside, and I can't think when it's hot, so I wouldn't be able to play a character.
We can like wait till
Yeah, but when the heat wave's over, then the like forest fires will start, and then he'll have to worry about that.
That's fine. I can at least I can think when there's forest fires.
Hey, look, it's Galak.
Oh, hey, it's the thing that I threw into a wall.
Oh, that actually looks pretty good. Model.
The how?
The Bowrocker
No,
model
the
is actually
Bowrocker.
really solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
The
it have
renderings
the
are
right
nice.
shield? Yes, it does.
Yeah, Boxster says, will somebody mention a redacted? No, no one will mention a redacted.
We'll talk about bees because it's bees time, everybody.
Talk about bees for like 3 hours. Let's go.
Yeah, well, we've been talking.
We're gonna talk about bees for 3 hours, and there's gonna be not a single bee in this entire fight.
Yeah,
There won't be, but-
Let's just start a podcast. First episode, bees. 3-hour episode about Zaktan being bees, and we read about
Bees
how
cannot
he
be.
became bees and what he did with his bee powers.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's putting his hands to his ears like the crowd, and it's just complete silence. Sandre, which I believe we've seen maybe once or twice in the chat before, he asks, do we know why Bionicles are partly biological? I don't think so.
Because that's how they wanted to make them.
Yep.
It's just
'cause
techno-organic.
that's how
It
is.
was a way to be. I think it's just a way to have them be like, oh, they're not just robots. They got organic parts, so they're kind of relatable.
Yeah,
Quick, Zaktan, use your bees power to escape.
he
Could do that, but he doesn't, because this is GT games.
Because I forgot that existed. So Agent Alice says something interesting, that Avak and Hakann created a giant titan of molten rock with their elemental powers. If the Paraka were actually good at teamwork, they would be unstoppable. Yes, that would be that would be cool to see, like a different Paraka team that was actually like had some
Decent.
good teamwork.
Yeah, but that was kind of the ironic. The whole point was
that
the
the whole
irony of
point.
it.
Yeah. So then Julia D says they were intimidating in 03, but became downgraded post 03 years. Or actually should have been individual characters with free will, at least 03 ones. Yeah, I do think that Bionicle probably has way too many horde enemies, but I do think it's good to have like some more elite.
It works
horde
for this
enemies.
game.
Yeah, it
And
does.
he's like, no, stop it, I'm bees.
No, not my prototypes. I could literally reform instantly, but no.
Yeah, no, if your leg falls off, it's fine. It's just prototypes. Just put it back together.
Like,
man.
I mean, this could have been such an great like opportunity for comedy with like the prototypes, because like he could have been zipping around and like obviously in the comics Nuparu windshields him. That could have been that's actually funny. That could have happened.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I fight him a 6th time.
Buckster says, "What? Really? Vezon here of all places? Who could have imagined?"
He caught us completely off guard.
That's
honestly.
a pretty good
I
move.
never would have expected it.
These are pretty good. Those are actually really good.
The lines are a bit thin, and the
Yeah,
weird
but I mean
shading is
the actual shape is
Compared to
much better
everything
than the other
else.
ones. Yeah.
Could you maybe try playing one of the levels as like with the Paraka?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever actually
Yeah.
seen the individual weapons for the Paraka.
I remember the
Zaktan,
first
yeah.
episode we popped in some of the levels, but I want to see Zaktan shooting.
Yeah, I want to
knives.
see.
Yeah, so
That's a
That's
mandrake.
annoying.
It is a mandrake. Yeah. Yeah, he shoots his he shoots
to shoot knives.
he shoots the knives like the end piece of his gun.
But that doesn't make sense because the knives are on the back.
Yeah. That's where the ammo is.
Yeah, okay, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
All the Paraka have terrible posture.
Come on, guys.
Well, that's accurate.
At least they straighten up when they walk.
Do they have like unique idle animations? I know you have them with the Toa.
I should have.
They might.
I'm just gonna sit here for a bit until he does something.
Okay.
I think they do. I think they do.
Oh,
Right. I don't.
oh shoot! Oh my!
Yeah,
I have never
my
seen that in my life.
That was violent.
I knew that.
So
I knew
whoever
that.
said that the Toa knocking on the screen was the best idle animation, you're lying.
Yeah,
This is
that's the best one now.
Are we ready to go to the final boss?
Well, hold on. You need to check Balta's shop in the Matoran
Balta's
Enclave shop to upgrade
You
and
have to
unlock
go-
items in the Bionicle world.
You know what?
We gotta
Do
make
it.
sure Bolt is still there.
You know
Yeah.
what, game? I will forget.
No.
The torch.
How could you?
I'm gonna
No.
do it. You can't stop me.
I love how you literally descend to hell.
Yeah.
I gotta say, these are significant. Why does that keep coming?
I don't know.
Go to Balta's shop. He wants
No,
friends.
I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
He's just
go down here.
he's just yelling.
Yeah.
He's yelling
Oh shoot!
across the room. He's like, "Hey, Toy,
It's a
you
portal
need
to
to buy
another.
stuff."
Are we doing this today? I mean, like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
We're doing it.
We gotta finish
Yeah,
this.
we gotta finish it.
All right,
go.
here we go.
This is like the only
Oh,
little bit
woe is
illusion
me.
to the story is that he's permanently chained
Yeah.
to Fenrak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there like, "Woe is me."
And he's got
Yeah,
like his
these-
hand on his head with like the mask of life up there.
You know, I just had the realization. Imagine trying to play this game and thinking that it would like explain the story that was going on in Bionicle, and you're 6 and you're like, I'm gonna play this Bionicle game for the first time because I like Bionicles and I want to see what it's about. And then it's like you have no idea.
Yeah.
This
They-
music is very overwhelming for something so underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like.
Oh,
let's check.
he's dead.
That's pretty brutal.
And yeah, Vezon's just like, he's like, "Help me, please!" Oh, and he's
dead now.
The funny thing is he's literally not even chained to it anymore, and he's still stuck there.
He's chained to the like the
That
neck.
part.
He was chained to the neck part, but the neck part broke off, so that's what doesn't make sense.
Well, in this game, he's chained to the whole thing.
Logic and Bionicle Heroes, what am I asking for?
Oh.
All right,
Execution. Use Matoro. shoot
Oh,
him in the
right.
face.
Finish him.
I like how flabbergasted he's like, "Oh,
Uh-oh. Wait, you
Oh,
didn't
so
even
they do have a
you
model for the.
yeah, they do
claw
have
feet.
the model. I guess they must have made him last."
He will change. I think they actually change
Curtis
when you get to
shrugs.
play as him.
Oh, whoa.
Yep, Mask of Life.
Oh, it's the actual.
I'm glad at least that they did not do the thumbs up.
There's
That's the alternate ending.
Terminator.
Yeah,
That's the
It is-
Mask of Life
That's
in
the
this
old version
version.
of the Mask of Life.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
Technically, that
Fahim.
design is canon. It's one of the shapes he turns into
Right.
because the mask can shape shift.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's literally.
Congratulations.
Look at his feet.
It's ugly.
Look at his feet.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
changed
now-
it.
It's just the normal Paraka model, the one that we've been using all the time. Like it's just.
See, yep, this is what happens when you reuse all these, the same models and the same, armature,
Right.
basically.
Well,
Actually,
This
guys,
is a bad
let-
usage of reusing models here. There are some really good.
I mean,
reusing
like,
it.
yeah, there's definitely stuff in here that makes more sense, like, obviously the Toa or the Borak or stuff
Yeah.
like that. The Paraka are the most egregious offenders.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a very Traveler's Tales ending.
Well, yeah, because like I mean, clearly the team was they very much enjoyed the theme, so they were like, just make a dance mix, and then we'll just put that at the end.
Well, the dance mix, this is what
I
you
like
hear
their
in the
dancing, honestly.
Paraka playground.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
the
yeah.
Paraka playground theme.
I like Vezok's just like shimmying. He just has his hands
Both
behind his back.
Hawk and
He's just
Hakann are just doing
shimmying.
the same dance, the exact same animation.
Yeah, that's fine.
Special thanks to Sam, Ben, Helen, Burton, Michelle, and Kyle. Whoever they are.
Okay,
Thanks, you did it.
I guess
And
these are
Mum
like
for cakes. Wait, hold on. Sonia, Chaboni, and Mum for cakes. Did
It's
they
probably
donate
the
cakes
kids.
to the
They
developers?
probably did
probably
like
the
catering for them. Yeah.
Oh,
If-
guys,
if
intro
we want to.
movie, Think Tank Studios.
yes.
Oh.
There you go.
Do they still
Huh.
exist?
It was someone else. Lab DG says that he found another video with Vezon doing the thumbs up in the lava, so it was in the game. Wonder
It
why we didn't
was.
get it.
Well,
it might
then
be
Dan-
you have
Maybe
the
if-
100% complete.
Yeah, maybe if you 100% it and then beat him, then it does that.
Wilden Vantrix asked,
Yeah.
what did he miss?
Literally the
The
whole
entire
game.
He beat the game. I like to think this is canon. Like the Paraka could go to Volcano, set up their stronghold, and while the Matoran are enslaved, they just have a dance party.
And
So they're like, whoever wins the dance off, that's who gets to decide what we do next.
This is definitely in the Paraka stronghold somewhere.
Who do you think's winning here? Because I think
who has the only?
I think
he's
the
only
the only unique animation, so I think Vezon is.
I think Thok and Hakann are battling it out.
But I love the idea too that it's the same song for just hours on end.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Bionicle.
Congratulations.
I swear, if you tell me to visit Balta,
it's gonna
tell you. Yeah.
I was. Okay.
Is it?
Do you know what?
I have no idea. I have no idea what these
buy
ones
three.
are.
Do it.
I buy
three.
just 3.
Yeah, just three.
Buy
Do it.
3.
Pick number
Spend
3,
all
my
the money.
lord.
Congratulations, an excellent purchase. Thank you, game.
Thank you, Balta. Okay, level 3.
Oh, this is the only one we got.
It's
Yeah.
the only one
Secret
that's
Chamber
open.
3.
Yeah, I think this is the one where
How many Vaki can you defeat in 2 minutes?
these are the
Challenge rooms.
Challenge
Yeah.
room.
the challenge room. They're literally just wave rooms of waves of
Oh, that
enemies.
was disappointing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
This
I do-
looks
I do
so
really like the
good, and
area
it has
design, though.
such waste potential.
What is he
his
holding?
hand?
He's holding Kreka. It's a
holding
tiny Kreka.
But there was one to the left
Cracker the
as
Dark
well.
Hunter.
Yeah,
There's
Crick
one
of the
to the
Dark
left.
Hunter
There's
is
another-
being held
there.
by Vezon.
Why did you do the Vaki one? Because they die twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why they're the
Baki
hard
died
enemy.
twice. Bionicle heroes. Baki died
Bionicle.
twice.
Yeah, yes, we got it.
Sounds like a
Okay,
movie.
yeah, sure. I just want to complete the whole.
That'd be like secret levels, like Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this had obviously a lot less effort put into it.
Yeah.
Lucas Robin says, "Can we all agree that the Mata-Nui Rising video was a defining moment in our childhood?" Yes.
I mean, I was. If you were a
Most of us.
child then,
Yeah.
I was not a child by the time that happened.
I never saw it, and I was a child.
Ark will go to Balta shop and buy the comedy.
By the comedy.
I already spent all my money on.
You have
I mean,
more now.
it's
It's
on this
fine.
level.
Buy some
I
comedy.
can buy some though. I can. Okay, wait. What should
Do
I?
the DJ one. That's probably the best one.
All right.
I really like the fact that they have like the bestiary in physical world space, just like up behind you.
Yeah.
I wish they had more things that weren't just like the horde enemies. I wish they would have
Yeah.
included the actual Rahi, but yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Look, it's Galak. He's
What is he-
dancing.
Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on.
That's not a Gallical.
Hold on.
Oh no, that's not a Gallical.
So close.
And I know.
So
Well,
close.
look at
Yeah.
him. He just
So close.
bopping.
The Sandcastle one was my favorite for some reason. I don't know why.
All right.
Yo, and then one.
Yo, Paraka.
Here comes Doc.
What's this music?
It's so calming and cute.
He actually has a smile.
I remember I liked it because it was adorable. That's why.
Yeah. I like the Bro-Rock shield shovel.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Giant guns.
Those giant Lego guns.
And like
Why
they're
not
not
make-
even scaled. It's the same song. It's just it only plays for a short time on the result screen.
Right.
I wanted to shoot his head off.
That was scary. That laugh. I think you can. This is the disco one. I think you can.
Oh, we also get the dance floor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go.
Ooh, bopping.
This is the
Jam.
results one, I think actually.
Something.
Maybe? I don't remember.
It's like a disco version of one of the themes.
Ooh.
I do remember hearing this somewhere else though, so that's why I'm like. No, this is. You know what this is? This is like a disco version of Vezon's area.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has like the headphones over the like axle to his head. Are those
Yeah.
the Paraka's ears?
I guess.
I guess.
I like the.
And you just picked the rock one to swim.
His mouth looks so stupid.
Yeah.
Because of Apex chin.
I just love how
He's
they
gonna
spent.
die.
I love how they spent so
I-
much time and effort on like just these. Because don't they have it customized for like which Paraka does it? So like
No, it's
I don't
the
think
exact
so.
same.
Oh, is it
It's
the
the
exact same?
exact same.
Okay.
I
it's
mean,
actually a
most
crazy
of this
amount of
game
effort.
is haha funny comedy joke.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's
but the-
TT Games for you. It's like their priorities are pretty out of whack.
Yeah. Put more effort into a funny comedy joke than the actual game.
Gameplay.
Yeah.
Gameplay, a script of any
Yeah.
sort.
Lucas Robin says, "Do you prefer the Mata-Nui script circles or the Volcano script hexagons?" I don't know. They're both pretty good.
Yeah.
I did like in a previous streams say that I think like it's kind of like the two in like lore wise, the two are different ways of writing the text. So it's like the circles are informal and the hexagons are formal or something like that.
I think it's actually reversed. I would say
the other way
it's
around.
probably
It's LJ.
There he is.
There's LJ, everybody.
It's
It's the Elron Jason. Quick question. I probably have to get going here soon. So are we just about done here?
I would say we beat the game.
I think we did.
We want to look if he's on in a level.
Okay. There you go.
It is literally just the Piraka body, but what it is.
Yeah, they haven't even changed it at all for the way Vezon looks set-wise.
They just didn't bother. They just didn't bother. They got lazy.
Let's see what's the idle animation.
I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Yeah,
one
Probably
the
the same. Yeah.
There might be like a few
wonder-
different ones. Oh, his head has changed. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, here we go.
Lucas Robin says, "Thank you for a fun stream." You're welcome.
Until next time, I have been Merkel.
I have been Joko through one.
I have been Kaylee.
I've been Omega Lucas.
I've been only 3D Arts.
And may the great spirit guide you.
Yeah.
Was
Nailed it.
complete mess.